We are live.
Excellent.
Yes,
Sir.
cool. Yes. Jim, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Good, good. I'm just waiting for the red button to come on here, but it just says waiting for video stream data. But let's just check to make sure we're live everywhere else.
Well, looks like mine is.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Did you change something? Sure.
Absolutely. Cool. So we have a fantastic guest lined up for you all today as well. We have got Kevin Pine, award-winning, a multi-award-winning Vegas headliner. He's going to be talking to us about a few things, a really exciting project, as well as PHS, as well as his show and everything else as well. So we're really excited about that. So we'll just go through a couple of the housekeeping things and a couple of little kind of things that are coming up, and then we're going to get Kevin on. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. And if they're nice questions, we'll answer them. If they're not nice questions, then we'll just field them all to Jim.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. So first things first, we'll just mention Hypno Thoughts Live, which is 2 weeks away.
2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. Wait,
wow.
14, 17. Yeah, about 2 weeks, I think. Wow, it's right around the corner.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. It's going to be good to see everybody there and kind of catch up with everything that's going on there as well. And again, it'd be great to catch up with our guest that's on here today. I think he'll be floating around somewhere, so that should be good.
Indeed. I'd like to know, is he we still talking about other stuff? We're bringing him on now.
We're going to bring him on. Yeah, let's bring him on now.
All right, great. Hey, please remember to like and subscribe and share all that good stuff. Really helps the show. Hey, please welcome everybody. Oh, wait, first of all, hello from Michigan, as the captain would say, Lesser Canada. Welcome to the show, everybody. Vegas headliner, Kevin Lapine.
Boom, here he is.
Yeah, you should have done a slightly longer intro so that the timing would have worked. Thank you so much for having me on, guys. Thank you. It's always good to be with you.
Hey, are you speaking at Hypno Thoughts?
I'm not scheduled to speak at Hypno Thoughts. No, I didn't know what my schedule was going to be this year, so I didn't want to commit to it.
That's right, because Kevin Lapine exclusively not exclusively, damn it. All right, he's speaking at Michigan, but he's also speaking at, of course, the Performing Hypnosis Summit.
Yes.
Talk to us about both of those.
Well, okay, first of all, let's start off with a fast plug, because I want to put, if we have the link, you can put this up there. One of the things that I'm really excited to talk about is through the PHS, we do have the interview I did with Terry Stokes available now.
Yes,
and it's not just a quick little 20-minute or 1-hour interview. This was me interviewing him for 10 hours to find out everything about his career. I've lost a lot of friends over the years, and when you lose friends, you lose stories. I did not want to lose the stories of Terry's legendary career with all he's done. So almost 10 hours of the video is available. We've made it very, very affordable. It's only $18 for the whole thing, with a third of that going to the Performing Summit, because we wanted to support that as well. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention. Just because it's cheap, it's available. Get it, listen to it, learn it. And after you've watched it, I want you guys to email Grant, and I want you to email Jim. I want you to bother them. I want you to tell them if there's something Terry and I didn't cover. If there's something Terry didn't cover, he's agreed to do one more interview with me, and we'll cover all the questions that we didn't cover if there's something we missed, and that'll be available for free to anybody who's already purchased it.
Oh, nice.
I love that as a concept as well. Release the series. And from that, there is always going to be questions. People are always going to get stuff from it. And to then have that extra, like the olden days, you used to get your DVD, you'd have your film in it, and there'd always be bonus content. You do this series, and then it's like, once we've got that, then we'll redo one last one to recap everything and answer those questions.
I'm sure there's something. I mean, even in 10 hours, and we've covered almost every inch of his career.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean we answered a question. And I'm sure 3 or 4 people are going to go, well, what about this? And it'll be the same thing. And Terry and I are both going to go, oh, yeah, that.
Yeah.
And I
Nice.
really want people to be able to learn from Terry because this isn't just about him doing Vegas. It's not just about him doing the Stampede. It's how did you get from the first, how'd you get your very first gig?
That's what I
How'd
want to
you
people want to know.
learn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after you did your first gig, how did you get the next four?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And how did you build this and what were the moments? And as long as this one goes well within the community, I do have plans to do more.
Yeah.
And
So
you've
this
got
won't
some
be the
great
only one.
And you
Yeah. You
spoke to a
can't.
lot of people that are close to him as well. So, I mean, it wasn't
Yes.
just you and Terry. I mean, you've got Anthony Cools on there. Was it Kelly Carl, I believe?
Yes.
Michael DeShalit.
Yep. Of course, Terry Jr.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah,
Terry
I
Jr., yeah.
and I mean, to give you an idea, like, somebody like Anthony Cools doesn't regularly do interviews for stuff. It's
Mhm.
just not who he is. But as soon as I said, "Oh, this is for Terry," he's like, "Yeah, I'm free,"
Yeah.
and
Nice.
immediately made himself available
Nice.
because that's what Terry's meant to so many people's career.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's weird this, in an industry that has a lot of egos in it. Um, Terry seems to be one of those guys that everybody in the industry is always grateful for what he has helped them with, grateful for what he's done to the industry, and everyone seems to have so much love for him as well. So, and by
Once
the
Yeah.
fact that he's done this and he wants to share that, and you've got him to kind of be very candid about his story and everything that he's
Oh,
got.
there are we talk about some pretty painful stuff in there. I
Mm,
don't know how far you guys have made it through the series,
Not all
but,
the way through yet.
we talk about a couple of painful things in there too.
mm.
Mm.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
we we talk about some of the hard stuff as well. It's
that's
And
not
good.
that's
I
yeah,
didn't want just the sunshine, the glitter, and the press release. I
yeah.
wanted well, what really happened here.
Yeah.
And that's where I think that the true learnings come from stuff like this. And it's like anyone that's serious about stage hypnosis or being a stage hypnotist, like, would be foolish to not buy this series. The cost is so negligible,
Yeah.
and the learnings that you kind of get from that, that tiny investment is just
And
incredible.
and for those of you who just want to do private practice hypnosis,
Hmm.
Mhm.
there is so much to learn about how Terry interacted with people that allowed him to grow in the way he grew. And if you're asked to speak in front of a group, how do you present yourself and why and what can you do and in what time period? I mean, there's a lot in there for just about anyone.
Yeah, yeah,
And
And the
then yeah,
first episode is absolutely free, so you can
yep,
check it out, see what it's like. If you don't like it, move on. But I gotta say, Kevin, on behalf of the whole community, and really, I mean, the world. It sounds kind of corny, but really for the whole world, thank you for doing this because we've lost a lot of people, like you said, that wouldn't have been great to be able, like Jay Medicine Hat's very popular. Wouldn't have
yep.
been
yeah,
great to have like an archive of stuff that he's talked about. 20 years from now, 30 years from now, people are gonna be able to watch this and go, "Wow, this guy was a legend. I've read about him." And now I can actually get his full story. I think it's a great gift you've given us.
And I
yeah,
want to continue it with some other people as well. And please feel free, message Grant, message Jim. Let them know other people whose stories you would like to hear.
Yeah,
Tell me who you're interested in, and I will do my best.
yeah,
But I mean, also, I mean that's why I did Terry first because he is a legend,
yeah,
and these things are great to do, but they're only great to do if people want to experience them.
yeah.
yeah,
And that's why we kept the price so negligible,
Oh
is
yeah.
this is more about getting his story out than trying to make money off of it.
yeah.
And when you buy them, you're actually buying them, so you can download them. You can keep them in your personal archive for forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you guys were asking me about the different conferences. I think so. Michigan's coming up first, right?
Yep.
I am really excited to go home. I,
Yeah.
I don't I don't really get the opportunity to travel much to conventions.
Mhm.
Um, what was really nice was because there's a full schedule on Sunday. Dan and I have wanted to make this happen for a while. Because there was a full schedule happening that Sunday, I can fly in after the show Saturday night. And the Comedy Castle in Royal Oak, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit. It's one of the largest comedy clubs in the country still. They have that's always been like my home comedy club. They've been very, very good to me for over the last, God, I think we figured it out now. I've been headlining there for almost 18 years.
Wow.
My career there is allowed to actually walk in the door now. Uh, but the Comedy Castle's allowing me to do a show Tuesday night. So that all worked out really well. And I'm excited because not only am I going to be speaking on the panel about, the future of stage performing, but I'm also going to be talking about where the stage and your private practice intersects. Because if you have a private practice and you don't know how to present yourself in front of a group of people like a Lions Club or Kiwanis Club or a Chamber of Commerce, people who have money that can
Mhm.
afford your services, if you don't know how to present yourself to them, you are leaving not only money, but reputation on the table.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then I'm also going to be talking about, so this was the other thing that Dan and I agreed on. If I'm going to fly in and I'm going to fly in on the red eyes, oh, we're going to work me as hard as we can work me. The third thing I'll be doing is how I got from Detroit to Las Vegas.
Nice.
And one of the things I'm really excited to talk about with that is I'm not going to focus on, oh, yeah, and then this was a success and this was a success. No, I really want to focus on here's where I screwed up. And if I hadn't screwed that up, I probably could have done this earlier. And that's going to be my big goal, is to explain how I went from literally being right where we all are right now to getting here. What made
Mhm.
things work? What made things fail? What could I have done differently? And what are the 2 or 3 things that translate universally that got me where I am?
Mm.
So I'm really, really excited for that one. That's going to be great.
Good
And if
stuff.
that wasn't enough, Dan has just commented that there may be cake as well.
Okay, if
Wow.
there's going to be cake, I understand you two won't care about this,
Yes.
but I'm going to be very specific now when I say Sanders bumpy cake. And anyone from Michigan knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm sure, and I know Dan does as well. Sanders has actually made its way kind of across the country a little bit with like their hot fudge and stuff. But they made and still make and produce a chocolate fudge cake with like just amazing stuff in it.
Oh
It's
my.
yeah. I have had to get myself in way better shape over the last year. I will gladly blow it over a bumpy cake. And then
Awesome.
you guys asked me for the summit
Yes.
to
Yeah.
deliver a lecture that I would have never thought of.
Mm.
And I have heard this comment from a lot of performers that one of the things that my show excels at is the audience participation.
Mm.
Yeah. Like that.
And so what I'm going to do is discuss the fact that your audience needs to be directed.
Mhm.
They don't know what to do at a hypnosis show.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do at most live shows, period. Most of them have never really been to a live show. They don't know what the proper way to react is. So I'm going to talk a lot about what is the response you want. And I saw a show not too long ago that made me sit down and really concentrate on a certain moment in shows. And this is whether it's magic, mentalism, juggling, stand up comedy, any public speaking, and definitely in hypnosis. There's 3 stages at the end of any routine. There is your revelation, there's the audience's realization, and then there's the audience's reaction. On the count of 3, you will whatever.
Right.
Magician lifts up a cloth, drops it, something happened. Well, there is a 1 or 2 second beat where the audience realizes what just happened. And they have to input that realization before they know how to respond. And especially in the world of hypnosis, the desire to talk over the realization phase
Mm.
stops things from being funny and stops applause. A great punchline dies if you talk over people realizing why it's funny. Does that make sense? Because
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no,
it's
Yeah.
a
yeah,
really interesting concept for a lot of performers who don't think about it.
yeah.
And it's hard because like I'm trying to think of, okay, a perfect joke in my show is after I've done the naked from the back.
Mhm.
Turn to the, I go, all right, on the count of 3, I am completely normal from the back. And I stop and the mic slides down in my hand. So the mic makes a little bit of a thump. The implication is I'm going to do naked from the front next.
Mm.
But if I go on the count of 3, I'm completely normal from the back and naked in the front. The audience doesn't react to that.
Ah, makes
But if
sense.
I go on the count of 3, I'm totally normal from the back. And I give them 1 or 2 seconds to realize what's coming next. Then you hear, oh. And that's when the punchline builds.
Mm.
I'm trying to think of like a direct joke in my show. Oh, occasionally I'll do this. Oh, you know what? No, there's a better one where I will go, by round of applause. Who's ever had that moment? You're driving in your car, 2 or 3 miles have passed, and you don't remember the miles passing. Who's been there? And people will clap. Perfect. That right there is perfect. Of course, if you clap to that, nobody's driving with your ass anymore. And I have to stop at that moment because just like Jim did, there was a second, and then he responded to that.
Yeah.
If I go, if you clap for that, nobody's driving with your ass anymore because you're a drunk. Well, I just killed the punchline.
Yeah.
I talked over where the funny moment was, and there's not going to be a joke now. And we're going to talk about that with routines as well, which is where's your punchline? And how do you pause and how do you create a moment for that punchline? My naked from the front routine. One of my favorite moments is that when I'm standing on a chair next to somebody, I'm running my hand over the guy's shoulder, and I'll use the line of, it's not my arm touching you. And that's all I have to say. And then that guy reacts and everybody reacts to it. But if I say anything after, it's not my arm touching you, I'm going to kill the laugh.
Yeah. Good points. Really good points.
So we're going to talk a lot about directing your audience and the 3 phases that create a big response in your audience. If you want them clapping, they have to realize what they're clapping for.
Mm.
And they need that. The easiest way to describe it, because it's visual, is with a magician. If I make a car vanish, then there's a second where the cloth drops, the car is gone, everybody goes, oh, there's no car there. Now, if I interrupt that moment and go, there was a car here and now the car's gone, well, then the reaction dies because, oh, yeah, that's exactly what happened. But if I let you realize and react, so I'm not sure if I'm making the concept clear, and if anybody's in the chat, if I'm confusing you, please let me know.
I did you probably don't know him in the US, but in the UK there's a guy called Freddie Davis, or it was called Parrot Face. He had a 3-minute routine that made him famous back in the days of the old like the old vaudeville shows. So he was the transitions from the shows when television was just coming out, and he had a 3-minute routine, made him very famous. But he's been a theatre producer ever since. And the one thing he said to me, because he loved magic and hypnosis, and he went, why are you bowing at the end of your show? Don't bow at the end of your show, because the moment they start clapping and you bow and thank them, you're telling them to stop applauding.
Oh, here's a really dumb moment that got pointed out to me. When you ask for volunteers, what do you say to your audience as they're coming up? Because I was saying, we need some volunteers, make some noise, let's get 10 people up here. Does that sound somewhat accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're clapping, they're not coming up on stage.
Mm.
Yeah.
If they're clapping, they're already participating. And they don't have to walk up there. If you just go, we need our 10 volunteers, come on up. Now, it sounds dumb, but directing them to clap is telling
Yeah.
them not to stand up and walk on stage.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They feel like they're doing their bit by applauding. That's a
Mhm.
great point.
And it's things like that. These are I mean, these are things that I've sat down with Mike Hammer and my wife and other people. I mean, these are like the little moments that we nitpick because it may when I'm doing the pendulums, there's another great moment. I'll always take somebody who's got their pendulum, hanging really small. I'll just go, "Oh, hold on. Let me do something nature couldn't. I'm going to give you some more length on that." And I would then follow up by going, "Here, I'll give you some more length on that." Oh, yeah, it's not a competition, but if it was, he's winning. No, have to stop dead. Let me give you some more length on that. Stop. Let everybody realize, oh, that was a dick joke. And then they're going to respond to the dick joke.
Yeah.
It's you've got to leave that space. And it's weird. If you ask for applause at certain points, you're stopping any other reaction. You're stopping any other volunteering. This is what I'm excited to talk about at the summit because it's the difference between a C-level show and a B-level show is miles. The difference
Yeah.
between a B-level show and an A-level show is that much.
That's nice. Well, thanks, Kevin. We look forward to it. We'll get a group to come out to the show again. I know it was very popular. It was one of the most popular things that we had at the summit. A lot of people commented on it. Love to see a professional show. A lot of them, haven't seen a
And
professional
as
show.
always, I will gladly sit down and do a Q&A after merch sales.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will gladly
Nice.
sit down, talk with everybody, and answer any questions you have while you're here.
Fantastic.
Kevin, thanks so
And
much.
it's something I learned from Terry, and you can learn even more about Terry by going to that link and learning about his life and career.
Absolutely.
See, that's how you work press. You always roll back into the big points.
Absolutely. Yes.
There we go.
Kevin, thank you for taking time out from your day to do this, and also for the time you spent on the legacy series. I can't wait to see who you do the next legacy series with. It's exciting.
Awesome.
Thank you much, guys. I'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Take care, buddy.
Take care.
Say hello to Emily.
Will do.
What a nice guy.
It's a fabulous guy. So nice of him. He's always willing to stop in, share his knowledge, share himself with everybody. Reach out to him. If you're a stage hypnotist out there or want to be, friend him on Facebook. Shoot him a message. He's one of those people that's very approachable.
Well, not only is he a great guy, but he's also nominated for Hypnotist Entertainer of the Year by Hypno magazine. And he's actually up against some very stiff competition as well. So that's both myself and Jeff Benink. And so it's a great honor to be within that category, and an honor for HypnoCAF to put all three of us in that. But, Kevin is a fantastic performer. So I know where my vote's going.
I know where mine is too.
Cool. We talked about Michigan. Michigan's coming up. I'm really excited for that. It's in Detroit as well this year. So it's going to be good fun. And then PHS. And just listening to what Kevin was saying then about his talk at PHS, it's nice because people will be coming away with real tangible skills that are going to improve their business and their show.
And it's all performing stuff. We're very strict about that. We've already had a couple of people write in wanting to teach some hypnotherapy stuff, and we love hypnotherapy. We both do hypnotherapy, but we don't have it at the summit.
Exactly. There is places for that. What makes the Performing Hypnosis Summit special is the fact that it is people that are wanting to present hypnosis, that are wanting to perform hypnosis in whatever capacity. If you're a mentalist, a street hypnotist, or a stage/comedy hypnotist, that's what the summit is for.
Absolutely. And we should make an announcement too. I see Dan Goyette is watching. Good to see you, Dan. So we have extended the deadline for submissions through the end of July. But we do have a special perk for those of you that got your submissions in on time, just like Dan go ahead. In fact, I think he was the first one. We're going to give you guys first choice on when you want to present, day and time. Within reason. I think Dan's first, so he'll get to pick first, and then we'll kind of go through the line. So people like Tommy V and John Serbone, Michael DeShalit, people like that got their stuff in on time. You get that special perk, and we really do appreciate you getting everything in on time. It really does help us out a lot in the scheduling and getting things going.
Yeah. And again, just going back, just like the little things that you'll learn are going to make the biggest difference to your show and your business as well. So, yeah.
It really is. Yeah, it is funny, those little takeaways,
Yeah. Well, like what Kevin was saying, then it rang true with me. Like I said, I paid good money to go to this workshop by Freddie Davis. And literally it's like at the end of the show, he says it's incredibly uncomfortable. He says, and it goes against everything you kind of think you should do. He says, but you stand there and you accept the applause. You look to the right, you accept them, you make eye contact with them, you look to the center stage, you accept it, you look to the left, you accept it. The moment you kind of go, oh, thank you, you're telling them that the applause is finished. He says, if you stand there, the longer you stand there, the more they'll applaud. He says, and that's when you get your standing ovation. Oh, and it's like, oh, brilliant. Nice. And sometimes it's weird when you stood there and you're not nodding and becoming submissive to the audience. It goes against everything, but it's such a great feeling.
I'm gonna have to give that a try because I'm right there with you. I'm out there doing the bow.
Yeah, exactly. Sean Kostiak, Captain Sean Kostiak is here.
Good to see you, Captain. I understand that he might even be doing a presentation this year. What?
Yeah, good. As he should as well. The skill set that man has is amazing.
Absolutely. And we should talk about the schedule. We're committed to starting at 10 a.m. this year.
Yeah. I think for the virtual ones as well, I think we have to run on time for those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this way, you and I and our team can show up around 8 or 9, and get things done. So we don't have to get up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah. And again, it's full of performers, and we're in Vegas. So I think 10 o'clock is a good time to start.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got some really great proposals. So
yeah. I'm so excited for it. And every year as it evolves, it's going to become more masterful, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool.
All right. Want to talk about some products now?
Yeah, let's do it. My Amazon is not working.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, I know. I don't know why. It just brought up an error on my side here. But I saw yours is working fine. So that is a good thing. So
damn. We had 4 of them up there, and then yours doesn't work.
Yeah. I think that's been the issue in editing those 4. I think that's why we've lost one.
Oh, damn. Well, guys, I want to talk to you about something. It was actually gifted to me by this company, this organization. You Are Power. It's spelled literally You Are, so it's You Are Power. They sent me this product. They said, "Hey, Jim, if you like this, please give us a review." And I was really impressed. And I got to tell you the thing I liked about it. Oh, tell you what it is. It is a steamer and iron travel iron. And the reason I like this so much is because I didn't even know that this existed. I knew steamers existed. I knew irons existed. I didn't know they existed together until I got this. And I'll tell you why that's important. I was at Grant and I have talked before about how sometimes you go to these hotels now and they don't even have an iron and they want to charge you more to use an iron, or you got to wait for housekeeping to bring it up. No, you've got one right there in case you want to put a crease in your pants or something like that. And then for touch-ups, steam is amazing. It's super quick. When I did my show at the comedy club last month, I showed up. My shirt was all bunched up because it was under a bunch of stuff. Didn't want to take the time to actually press iron it. Was able to just steam it super quick. And so I look presentable. This one too, I got to tell you, I've had these steamers before and they leaked. This one, I've had it in my car and I just pulled it out the other day and I was like, oh no, I bet it's got leaked all over everything. It was in a case, didn't leak at all. You can see there's still water in it because I forgot to take the water out, because usually you take the water out of these things so they don't leak. It doesn't leak. Look at that. It's got this great setup in there that prevents it from leaking. As you see, you put the water in right there, and it comes with this little guy. So you can do that. And so, you know, if you travel at all, it's absolutely critical. And then it comes even with this brush, so you can get all the hairs off if you have pets like I do. Like I have 3 cats, and it's even got this right here, the lint puller, which is really helpful for the cat hair. With 3 cats, trust me, I need to use that all the time, and I oftentimes forget, you know, those sticky ones or the other my other lint brush. So just a great piece of equipment. Pretty small. Throw it in your carry-on. Just have it with you in case you need it. If you're doing any kind of shows, you just want to, you know, look presentable.
There we go. I had to put the the quote there in the comment section.
What was the quote?
Steam is good for touch-ups, Jim Kellner. Cool. Well, I did plan on talking about a couple of interesting hypnosis books, which I'll mention them, but I'll talk about them properly next week.
We can just do them all next week. You want to? We can skip over mine.
No, I mean, you can still do yours, because you've got yours live, so you may as well use it.
All right. We'll go ahead and do yours first.
We're going to add, each week we're going to do a review on a different hypnosis book. And so I've got a couple here, which is Magic Words by Richard Nongard and Scripts and Strategies in Hypnotherapy. 2 great hypnosis and hypnotherapy books, which I will be reviewing next week right here on Hypno News. If you've got a hypnosis book you want us to review, then do let us know in the comment section. But each week we're going to bring you some hypnosis books and what we think about them, our personal takeaways from them as well as products and stuff that we think will help you as a hypnotist.
Absolutely. And so the book I want to tell you about, I know a lot of you have probably already read this, The Art of Hypnosis. If you haven't read it, you need to. This book is by Roy C. Hunter. He's a legend in the industry, as you surely know. If you don't know about Roy Hunter, you should find out. He's written numerous books, and I'll be talking about each one of them. He's a good friend of mine. He actually lives near me, and he's been in the industry for decades. He's very well regarded. He's won all kinds of awards, and lifetime achievement and all that kind of stuff. So, The Art of Hypnosis: Mastering Basic Techniques. This is actually the textbook for a lot of hypnosis courses. In fact, it's the one that I use when I teach hypnosis. It's been used in along with Roy's coursework. He's got his coursework has been used at numerous colleges across the country, and even it's even used in other parts of the world as well. So it really just takes you from all the way from the beginning. And I'll tell you, I actually learned a few things when I went back and read this. I mean, I've been doing hypnosis for a couple of decades now, and actually, when I went back through it, when I started teaching, I learned a lot of stuff that I had either forgotten or hadn't learned. So he covers everything. We go all the way from the basic stuff to what is hypnosis, some of the history, certain techniques to use. And the thing that I thought was super cool about this, the preface was written by Ormond McGill. Now, if you're a hypnotist, you definitely know the name Ormond McGill, one of the absolute legends in this business. And so pick up the book, 3rd edition, and hone your skills. Yeah, great book. And like I said, I know you and Roy are good friends, and you do teach his protocol, I believe. I do. Yeah, I teach his coursework. Looks like Dan says he has that book. Great. Excellent.
Awesome.
I'm actually hoping to, Roy suffered a health crisis recently, but I've been in contact with the family, and apparently he's doing somewhat better. So I'm hoping to go out and visit him next week. Maybe, and Anthony Gitch may go as well, the other co-founder of the Pacific Northwest Hypnosis Conference.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Roy doesn't know who I am, but please do send him my love and wish him well from this side of the pond as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's one of the things, especially in our industry, as we were talking earlier with Kevin, there's people that are legends and have done so much great work.
Yeah.
And we do have to look after these people because, when they are no longer with us, we will long for their stories and their teachings.
Right.
So, yeah.
In fact, that just made me think. I mean, nobody's doing legends in hypnotherapy legends. So maybe one of you out there wants to tackle that project. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Document them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Right on.
I mean, it's not a product as such, but for those people that know, we go live many times a week. And the software that I use and we use on this particular stream is Be Live. And so I thought it makes sense to put up a link there. That is an affiliate link. Obviously, Be Live pay us a little bit of commission for that, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. And I believe you get a free trial with that. It's a great piece of software that makes live streaming a lot easier. I know Dan uses Be Live, and there's a few people that use it. It's got so many features that you don't get on those other platforms. So, yeah, it's a fantastic bit of kit. So do click on that link and support the channel.
You know what I've noticed? We don't actually use some of the coolest features on here. We don't use the, there's the lottery raffle. There's one.
Yeah. Do you know what? We should actually bring that up.
Yeah.
I can't add it because you can't use it on Amazon Live. So we've got Amazon Live on because like competitions and giveaways go against Amazon's terms of service.
Gotcha.
There you see. But on the show, there's nothing stopping us from using that because it would be nice to do a giveaway. I don't know what we would do, but it'd be interesting to get that engagement up as well. Obviously, we have the snake feature.
And that's the thing I really like. It is such that is such a cool thing for getting people to react.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So cool. Great platform. Sign up, guys. Free trial. Check it out.
Cool. Yeah. That is it for me, I think, this week.
I got one more product, and it's another hypnosis book, and it is this is actually another legend, and I don't know. She's a local legend, definitely. So this book is from a local legend here in the Northwest, but I think worldwide as well. I mean, she's taught everywhere, online and also in person. Mastering Hypnotherapy by Mary Lee LeBay. And when I say local, I mean in the Pacific Northwest. She's definitely a legend. She teaches classes all over the place. This book right here should be in everybody. If you're a hypnotist, you should have this in your library because it covers literally everything. It has got, it's got the history. It's got, understanding hypnosis, the actual techniques of hypnosis. It covers NLP as well. And, she's been teaching for years. This is, what version is this? This it's been reprinted a couple of times. There's a couple of different versions of it. So, I can't even tell you how great this book is. As you're looking through it, you could just use this, I want to look at, I want to try some, chair therapy on my clients this week. If you want to pick up a new technique, for instance, disassociation, desensitization. I mean, it's so comprehensive. It's a big, giant book, as you can see, like an encyclopedia, really. So check it out. Great stuff by Mary Lee LeBay.
I was just watching over on Amazon there and watching all the little bubbles go up as people were clicking on that book. So obviously it looks like it's a very popular book.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good feature to kind of bring forward those books, because especially between the two of us, we have, you know, probably quite a big library of hypnosis books.
Yeah.
And so it's good to get the inspiration. That is not a book I have personally read, but it's definitely on my list of books to read now.
Great.
Cool. Guys, for those of you that are going to be at Hypno Thoughts, do come and say hello to me and Jim. We are quite friendly and approachable.
Yes, we are.
We're going to be having some fun. We're going to be teaching some stuff. And yeah, it's a great networking opportunity. If you're new to Hypno Thoughts, come and say hello to us. If you're not new to Hypno Thoughts and you want to have a bit of fun, come and say hello to us as well. Will we be doing yes, we'll be doing a Hypno News from Hypno Thoughts. And so if you want to be a guest on that show, the in-person show at Hypno Thoughts, then do make yourself known to us sooner rather than later. First come, first served. It'll be good fun.
Indeed. And, you know, I was going to ask you about this anyway, but I think that's a weekend that we do Hypno News. So maybe you and I can do one live, and we can just us or bring on some guests. And, of course, Sean and Brian will be joining us online.
Yep, absolutely. We must have been live for a while. The battery in my light's just gone. Cool. That is my cue then. Thank you for joining us this week on Hypno News Live. My name is Grant Saunders.
I'm Jim Kellner.
Take care.